I am 100% done. December 2025 is the last time I will perform in a ring. I will still be part of the WWE family as an ambassador, but the time has come to close the physical performing chapter of my life, and I'm at peace with it, which is why 2025 is going to be awesome. It's going to be fun. It's not going to be sad, but that's it.
Is John Cena really the greatest of all time? Why should I believe that? Why would anybody believe that? I ain't buying it.
In Indianapolis, I'm going to show up and bring the best that I have.
If John Cena wants his retirement with an exclamation point on it, I'm going to retire John Cena.
I believe Brock Lesnar when he says he wants to end the tour early.
I'm going to retire John Cena. And that's exactly what's going to happen at WrestlePalooza.
Wrestling icon John Cena has made a definitive statement about his retirement, confirming that his legendary career will come to an end tonight, December 13th, 2025, at Saturday night's main event in Washington, D.C. The 17-time world champion, who has dominated WWE for over 2 decades, will face Gunther in what he's calling his absolute final match. And this time, Cena insists there will be no comebacks. Stay with us as we break down this historic moment in WWE history.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the final time, the last real champion, John Cena!
John Cena dropped the bombshell during his appearance on the Pat McAfee Show, leaving no room for doubt about his intentions. In his own words, Cena stated, "This is it. I'm not coming back. December 13th is my last match in the ring. WrestleManias will come and go, and I will not be active."
The Last Time Is Now tour, though, whenever you sign up for it, that's a big emotional decision, obviously. You know, a chapter of your life that we're actually declaring this is going to be the last run. Now that we're at the end.
We talked about that too. This is it. I mean, tomorrow night, this is it. I am not coming back, and I understand you only have the data before me that you go on. No wrestler retires, right? That changes with me. Whether it all changes and everybody else after me retires and decides not to come back, that's fine. What I urge fans out there, please watch tomorrow and give yourself the closure that you need.
This statement puts to rest years of speculation about potential future returns. Unlike other WWE legends who've retired only to make comebacks, Cena is drawing a definitive line in the sand. The match will take place at the Capital One Arena and has already broken records, achieving the highest gate for an arena-sized building in professional wrestling history. WWE's official Twitter account commemorated the moment with tributes pouring in from fans and fellow wrestlers alike.
Tonight, I officially announce my retirement from the WWE.
John Cena's journey to this final moment has been nothing short of extraordinary. In the 8,570 days since his 2002 debut, Cena has become one of wrestling's most bankable stars. His impact goes far beyond his 17 World Championship titles and iconic "You Can't See Me" catchphrase. Wrestling expert Brandon Thurston notes that Cena was WWE's most important economic wrestler from 2005 to 2015, leading in pay-per-view buys, TV ratings, and merchandise sales. But the physical toll has been severe. Cena has undergone multiple operations on his neck, pec, and triceps. In recent interviews, he's been candid about the cost of his career, saying his body hurts and is screaming to close the chapter. The 48-year-old's 2025 retirement tour has taken him around the world, with emotional receptions at every stop. He's faced old rivals like AJ Styles, Randy Orton, and CM Punk, while also elevating newer stars like Dominic Mysterio and, of course, his final opponent, Gunther. Gunther earned the right to face Cena by winning the Last Time Is Now tournament, where 16 wrestling giants competed for this historic opportunity. The Ring General, as Gunther is known, has never faced Cena before, making this matchup even more special. He's been delivering tough talk in the lead-up, embracing his role as the man who will end Cena's career. Cena himself confirmed on the Pat McAfee Show that his match will close the evening, saying, "I was on Jimmy Kimmel, and I said I'm ending the show. I normally go to bed early, but I'm going to have to stay up late for this one. We are last as of this point."
I was on Jimmy Kimmel. I said I'm ending the show. I said I normally go to bed early, but I'm going to have to stay up late for this one. I guess people didn't read between the tea leaves. Like, we're last.
The match has no time limit, streaming on Peacock in the US, Netflix internationally, and free on WWE's official YouTube channel in the UK. This ensures fans worldwide can witness this historic moment. John Cena's legacy extends far beyond championship belts and main events. He holds the Guinness World Record for most wishes granted through the Make-A-Wish Foundation, over 650 fulfilled wishes for children with critical illnesses. A partnership that started by accident in 2002 has become what Cena calls the coolest thing about his career.
You're at that point in the match. Oh, God.
Oh my God, John Cena, are you kidding me? Cena!
Dr. Gillian Brooks, associate professor at King's Business School, explains Cena's unique appeal. He's not a one-show pony. He's doing charity work, written children's books, been in films, made music. It's coming across in a way that's very authentic and pure to who he is. From his never give up motto to his transition into Hollywood, Cena has built a personal brand that transcends wrestling. He's become the face of Neutrogena's sunscreen campaign after revealing his own battle with skin cancer, and continues to work with major brands while maintaining authenticity.
Oh man! Missed you! What do you say, Stu? Let's go to work!
Cena's career has seen remarkable evolution. He transformed from a ruthless aggression rookie to the Doctor of Thugonomics rapper, and eventually into the heroic figure defined by never give up. Not everyone was always on board. Through the years, some fans chanted, "You can't wrestle," but Cena thrived regardless. As wrestling fan Sabrina Nicole, 37, puts it, no matter what the crowd, no matter what the fans have thought of him, he has just been the testament to if you have a really good character, you can be on top. The key was always the reaction. Love him or hate him, Cena always got a response. And in professional wrestling, that's everything.
Objectively, he is without a doubt the greatest of all time. And it is my honor to bring him out here now for you all. On your feet, ladies and gentlemen, for your hometown hero, for the one, for the only, the greatest of all time, John Cena!
My real name is John Felix Anthony Cena Jr. For 25 years, you all have been on my side, and on the final day of my career, I want to say thank you for everything.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the greatest of all time, the Never Seen 70. He is the last real champion, John Cena!
Everything you keep coming back to with all of this is just like, you love wrestling. Is that what led you to sign with AEW?
Yes. Also the idea of wanting to try something new. I had watched Cody wrestle Penta. Cody did this top rope Frankenstein on Penta. I was like, is that what you have to do? Like, and part of it is scary and part of it is like intriguing. Like, oh, can I do this? I used to be able to do this style. Can I still do this style? I didn't know if WWE was going to start doing the live events and stuff again. At that point, I'd had 2 kids and I was like, I don't want to do that schedule. At AEW, it's just Wednesdays at the time. That was a very appealing schedule to me for my family.
Bryan Danielson, the American Dragon himself, has finally opened up about why he walked away from WWE to join AEW, and his reasons might shock you. In a bombshell interview with Chris Van Vliet, Danielson didn't hold back. He revealed the emotional moment that changed everything, the schedule that was breaking him down, and why AEW's approach won him over completely.
I don't know how many of you are married or have kids, but when you're married and you have kids, your life becomes like a little bit tame. I love it, but it's a little bit tame. I need one part of my life that's a little bit wild, right? That like, you see these guys doing these crazy things and I'm like, oh my God, can I do that? You know what? Hell yes, I can. I don't care. I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna show everybody here that what elite really looks like. This is what elite looks like. You know, Punk had come in and said like, oh, I want to help the young guys and all that kind of stuff. No, man, I'm gonna kick their fucking heads in. Can I say that word?
Yeah.
Can I say
in this
that?
room you can.
Okay. Yeah.
This isn't just about one wrestler switching companies. This is about what truly matters to talent in today's wrestling industry, and it should be a massive wake-up call for WWE. Here's where everything changed for Bryan Danielson. While still under WWE contract, he watched something that would alter his entire perspective on professional wrestling.
Get that script back in!
It was AEW's tribute show for the late Brody Lee, and it hit Bryan harder than any wrestling angle ever could. In his own words, Danielson explained, "We had a wrestler, Brody Lee, who had passed away. AEW did this incredible tribute show. At that point, I was still with WWE, and the way AEW did that show, Brody was my friend. It touched something in me. But here's the part that should concern WWE." Bryan continued, "I was thinking like, oh, these are the good guys of professional wrestling." Think about the weight of that statement. One of WWE's top stars, still working for them, watched their competition and thought, these are the good guys. That's not just praise for AEW, it's a direct criticism of how WWE handles these deeply personal moments. It suggests WWE treats tragedies as content rather than honoring them with genuine respect.
I have to ask you this because it really tickles me if it's true. Is it true that when you were renegotiating with WWE to potentially stay, that Vince was going to let you do the G1?
So I don't know for sure if he would have let me. The last conversation that we had, where I told him that I was going to, because I told him I was going to go to AEW. I told him like once I make my decision, I'll tell you. And so it was around August of that year. My contract expired the last day of April of 2021.
This tribute show revealed something crucial to Bryan. AEW understood that wrestling is a brotherhood. They showed that when tragedy strikes, you honor your fallen with authenticity and love, not just another produced segment. This moment planted the seed. But there were more reasons pushing Bryan toward the exit. The second major reason Bryan left WWE, his family, plain and simple.
Early August was when I finally decided, and I called him and told him, and he kind of asked me why. And I said, well, this, that, the other, one of the things I want to do is I want to do I want to work with New Japan and do the G1. And he did say in that moment, I don't know if it would have actually ever come to fruition, that I'd let you do that or whatever it is. And so yeah, I think maybe.
After years of WWE's relentless schedule, the pandemic gave Bryan time to reevaluate what truly mattered. And when WWE started ramping back up to full touring, he realized he couldn't go back to that life. Here's what Bryan told Chris Van Vliet. There was also the idea at the time, the pandemic was just kind of ending and they were starting to do live shows again. I didn't know if WWE was going to start doing the live events and stuff again because of that schedule. At that point, we had 2 kids, and I was like, I don't want to do that schedule anymore.
There was also the idea At the time, the pandemic was just kind of ending, and we're starting to do live shows again. I didn't know if WWE was going to start doing the live events and stuff again, because that schedule, at that point we had 2 kids, and I was like, I don't want to do that schedule.
The difference between WWE and AEW's schedules was staggering. Bryan explained, at AEW it's just Wednesdays. At the time it was just Wednesdays, and I was like, that was a very appealing schedule to me for my family.
Like, at AEW it's just Wednesdays. At the time it was just Wednesdays. And I was like, that was a very appealing schedule to me for my family.
Let that sink in. WWE had Bryan on the road 6 or 7 days a week, constant flights, hotels, live events, TV tapings. He was never home. AEW offered 1 day of work per week. For a father of 2 young children who wanted to actually be present for their childhood, this wasn't even a difficult decision. Bryan emphasized this point. That was a very appealing schedule to me for my family. Remember, this is also a man dealing with serious neck issues. He revealed, I have degeneration from C1 all the way down to T2. I'm on the cusp of needing surgery.
So I have degeneration from C1 all the way down to T2. So it's like cervical.
Your entire neck.
Yeah. So it's like, there's, it's like I'm on the cusp of needing surgery.
His body couldn't handle WWE's grueling pace anymore. Even the lighter AEW schedule took its toll. I was actually doing really well until I started traveling more, and then it's really gone downhill.
I was actually doing really well until I started traveling, and then it's really gone downhill.
WWE's schedule wasn't just inconvenient, it was physically destroying him, but it wasn't just about schedule and respect. Bryan wanted to prove something to himself about the kind of wrestler he still was. One specific moment caught his attention and wouldn't let go. Bryan described watching Cody Rhodes face Penta. I had watched Cody wrestle Penta, and I used to ride with Cody. He did this like, they're both standing on the top and Cody does this top rope Frankensteiner on Penta. Like, is that what you have to do? And part of it is scary and part of it is intriguing. Like, oh, can I do this? I used to be able to do this style. Can I still do this style?
I had watched Cody wrestle Penta and I used to ride with Cody. He did this like, they're both standing on the top, and Cody did this top rope Frankenstein on Penta. I was like, is that what you have to do? Like, and part of it is scary and part of it is like intriguing. Like, oh, can I do this? I used to be able to do this style. Can I still do this style?
This was about returning to the athletic, hard-hitting style that made him fall in love with wrestling in the first place. The style AEW showcased every week. Bryan knew time was running out. I always kind of wanted to push myself. I knew it was probably the last wrestling contract I'd ever sign. I wanted to see if my body could still do some of these things.
Like, I always kind of wanted to push myself. I knew it was probably the last wrestling contract I'd ever sign. And then I also wanted to see if my body could still do some of these things.
This reveals a fundamental difference between the companies. AEW let their wrestlers truly wrestle. Fast-paced, athletic, sports-based action. WWE had more restrictions on style and presentation. For Bryan, this was about artistic fulfillment. Could he still perform at that elite level? AEW gave him the platform to find out, and the results spoke for themselves. Bryan said, by the end of my AEW run, I was better mentally at wrestling than I'd ever been.
By the end of my AEW run, I thought I was better mentally at wrestling than I'd ever been.
That's a powerful statement from someone who main evented WrestleMania and had a legendary WWE career. His peak as a wrestler came in AEW, not WWE. Perhaps nothing illustrates Bryan's fulfillment in AEW better than this revelation. His favorite career moment wasn't in WWE. It wasn't winning the WWE Championship at WrestleMania 30 in front of 75,000 screaming fans.